Hello and welcome to this mini lecture. Today I want to be going over what is a claim and defining it and giving everyone a bit of an introduction into claims, what they are, and how we use them. So what is a claim? A claim is any single statement of controversy advanced for the purpose of an argument. And therefore, claims are the starting and ending point of an argument. And it's important to note that claims in this context really are only applicable in arguments, argumentations, debates. That's primarily where we're going to be using this term, using this concept, because it doesn't necessarily apply to a discussion. So at the bottom of this slide, talk about discussion versus an argument. In an argument, you have a winner and a loser, a pro and a con. In a discussion, it's much more about coming to an understanding, finding a compromise, finding a solution. Arguments in this sense, that's not necessarily their main goal. So the focus of a discussion is a question and pondering that question. What is the best solution to this problem that we have? How can we as siblings communicate better? Things like that. The focus of an argument is a statement. So let's get into that a little bit more. What are some claim and in general, some debate characteristics? It's important to note that claims are phrased as statements and not questions. As we know, questions lead more towards discussion. Statements as claims lead more towards debates. So instead of, saying, what is the best city in the US? A claim would be Los Angeles is the best city in the US. Secondly, we want to make sure that our claims go against the status quo. If everyone, for the most part, is already in agreement about your claim, it's not a very strong claim and therefore not going to make for a strong debate. You want to go against the status quo. So using Los Angeles, again, as an example, if you were to say Los Angeles is a big city, that is a claim. It's phrased as a statement. It's something that you can use evidence to be against or for. How do we define big city? But for the most part, everyone thinks of Los Angeles as a big city. That is the status quo. So that would not be a good claim because it doesn't go against what we commonly hold to be true or good or what we should do. Additionally, for debates, we want to really approach our claims in an unbiased manner so that both sides have equal opportunity to advocate, support, and defend. A good claim should have a strong argument for and against the claim. And in fact, sometimes for debate, you'll be assigned a claim, a proposition, and you don't know if you're going to have the pro or the con side. So you have to research both. And then in the moment during the debate, you're assigned one side or the other. Good claims, good debates have that kind of fairness and equal opportunity to defend your claim. We also want to make sure that claims are specific. And in fact, the more specific your claim can be, the easier and more limited scope of argument you have, and that can make things more true. So try to be as specific, in particular with your wording in your claim. What do you mean? How can you go into a more focused, specific language to explain that? Also, we think of claims and arguments using pro-con. So a claim is a statement that can be argued for or against. And the pro side is going to be arguing that, yes, that claim is true, is good, is the right thing to do. And the con is just arguing that it is not true or not good or not the best thing to do. Both are focused on the same claim, which kind of bleeds into number 7. But jumping back up to number 6, the burdens and responsibilities are clear. So like, for example, burden of proof, that needs to be clear whose side goes to what. And you can do that in the phrasing of your claim. And lastly, we mentioned it, both sides debate the same claim. And so, with that, now you have a little bit more of an understanding about what is a claim. Thank you for listening and continue on with the module work.